What's up?
Not Mambo number 5.
No, it's just us.
No copyright.
Mambo number 9 again.
It's
Your lucky orchard.
It's May 9th. We wanted to get that in there. We wanted to
Just
let
in
you
case
know.
you guys don't know.
Yeah, we had a discussion about like whether we should tell people, and I said, "Have you ever watched a podcast episode?" And we were like, "Wonder what day this has been recorded." Like, no, nobody cares.
But now you know what
I realized I
I know
shouldn't.
what it is.
I was like, oh yeah.
Well, I didn't call you out. I wasn't gonna be like, "Well, Lope said."
I don't mind.
Lope said.
He said it. He said it.
Should we know the date? I'm like fucking.
Yeah, like-
so he's saying like when he's like he doesn't understand movies.
Yeah, no, you can't follow. It's confusing. I don't even know what the plot is.
When was the day? The time?
Yeah, so here we are back again on another rainy day. Well, there's always rain when we do this shit, I swear.
It feels that way.
There you go.
Nice day.
Look at all the rainy days, and then you'll know when we record it. All set.
Yeah.
Put that down in your little journal.
It's rained on the 9th.
Well, it feels like the Red Sox year. So,
Yeah.
raining all the time.
Right.
No, they're over 500. We said.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
right now.
Big
Oh, yeah,
thumbs
we
up.
did it.
Yeah, they're real thumbs.
Yeah,
Real,
yeah.
real thumbs.
4 thumbs up. 4 thumbs up.
Yeah, we're so happy.
Clapping for them. That's us.
Over 500 barely.
In their last 200 games, they've won 101 of them.
That's
That's pretty awesome.
pretty
God damn.
average.
101 and 99. Good record.
Ugh.
That's 2 over, huh?
Isn't that big of a sample
Yeah.
size, yeah.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Way more games
Thank
than
you,
Anthony
Craig
Rendon's
Breslow.
playing recently.
I
How's he
heard.
doing?
Oh, hold on. I don't have my computer, but let me just look it up on my phone. That's not my phone. I'm just doing a stomp trick. He's not playing.
What?
That sounds right.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Oh, man.
But he loves baseball.
He does love baseball.
I saw an article. It said he can't wait to get back there. I was talking about we have Fubo for us by us, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Loves got kicked off, and I said I was watching my 4 TVs. Obviously, that's why you were the 6th one. You know, he was watching
Right.
it. And so, and I was like, I was watching every point of view. I was like, you know, like the normal stream of the game, and then you had pitcher's point of view, batter's point of view. And the 4th one is just Anthony Rendon's point of view, which is just the first one again because he's watching the game at home. He's just watching Nesson, you know.
He loves Nesson.
I was like, oh, it's probably like his actual perspective.
I
like
know
you see
you-
his living room in the TV, but he's watching the game.
That would be
He doesn't
pretty
say a
good
word.
too.
Like, where'd they get this view?
Why is he watching a Red Sox game? I was like, oh, he's trying to see who he wants to steal play for next
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
2
yeah.
years. Steal money.
Play.
Yeah.
He'll have a fucking what's he got? 2 years left?
No, well, yeah, this year and next year.
Yeah, next year he'll have the best year
Yeah,
of his
I was gonna-
career. Some sucker will sign him.
150.
Oh, he's back, baby.
41
God,
home runs.
that's what we were missing. I broke my
We knew
leg.
you
He'll
love baseball.
retire.
Fell off.
He's gonna retire. 100%.
He's like, I'm done.
He hasn't retired just so he can get paid all his money.
It makes sense.
I would.
Hey, smart business. He's a
Right.
good businessman. Loves baseball.
Definitely.
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
all right, let's get into the Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to start off with?
Well, since I'll just go like a quick rundown of since last we talked.
Yeah, sounds good.
Rundown. Since last time we talked, they played 9 games. They've won 4 and lost 5, and they've lost 4 losses in the 7th inning or later because they blew the game.
Yep.
And of those 5 losses, 3 of them are all to Justin Slayton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had a good stretch
Yep.
and had a bad stretch.
Yeah. What happened was that we said he was doing good, and then after that he was like, "I gotta stop that."
Yeah, Daniel Bard all over again.
Yep.
That's what it felt like. It's like, 20-something innings, no runs, and 3 straight outings blowing the game.
Yeah, but in 9 years, you'll be sorry we got rid of him.
Yeah.
Once he gets
Make
his
a
shit
great
together and goes to
comeback.
Colorado.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they look like they've been looking.
Yeah.
You know, the offense is still stagnant.
Yeah.
There's like a handful of guys who are still doing anything in the lineup.
I mean,
But-
Bray's picking back up, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys. You know, Trevor Story was hot, and now he's fallen into the 250s.
Mhm.
It's like, you know, here we go. But, yeah, Braves looked good. Had 2 home runs, almost hit a third one. You know, it seems like he is the Red Sox version of Frank Catalanato for the Texas Rangers. So I mean that's nice. He kills them. I mean that's what 4 homers against him, 5
Yeah.
homers against him
Yeah,
this
there's
year out of
9,
his
like, almost
9.
half against Texas.
Like, but he's looked good. He's almost up to 300. Bregman obviously has been the best player.
If it wasn't for Aaron Judge, he'd be MVP.
Yep. Yeah, I mean Aaron Judge is playing out of his mind.
Yeah,
He's batting over 400.
12 home runs, like 35 RBIs.
Yeah,
Like that.
he's killing it. It's fucking unreal.
Fucking
What a
guy.
loser.
Like, stop
But-
doing that, Aaron.
But Bregman's been a great signing. Campbell's playing well, especially for a rookie. And
Devers is back at it.
yeah, I mean he's up and down.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
We'll talk about him more later.
Yeah, but I mean, besides that, Duran's in the 250s right now. He's slow start. Got to hope he picks up as the weather warms up. Hopefully better. Drive the ball a little bit more. I mean, it's not like he's not hitting the ball hard and stuff. I mean, we just watched him get robbed by Salvador Perez on a 110-mile-an-hour line drive.
Exactly,
So it's
yeah.
like,
That's happened to him quite a bit this year. Where he
Yeah.
just hits the ball well, but it's caught
Right
right
at
to a guy,
somebody.
and you're just like, God.
that first series of the year, if he, it seemed like everything he was hitting was like good, but it's like, oh, it's in the gap, but just enough that the
Yep.
center fielder could come over and make a good play on it.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
there's a lot of those this year. But yeah, besides that, I mean, nobody's jumping out. Costas got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another thing that happened since we last talked. There's been a bunch of injury. Well, 2 pretty significant injuries. There was one that was minor, but Costas obviously blew out his knee on Friday, out for the
Yep.
season. Already had surgery. Walker Buehler, shoulder inflammation.
Yep.
No one knows when he's gonna come back. I think last I read he hasn't been throwing.
No.
Just been catching.
Nope.
So that's not good.
No.
Just big catching. What does he do? Just like
He just has
roll it back to him.
underhands it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
We get Giolito back and Bayo back, and then we lose Bueller, and it's
Yeah.
like, come on, man, can
Yeah.
we have everybody healthy for a week?
Yeah, just to see what we can do, maybe.
Like,
Maybe.
but yeah,
You could win like 6 out of 10.
Imagine that. And we can win like a few games by 1 run instead of losing them all by 1 run.
yeah, I don't
They're
know
the
about
worst
that.
1-run team in baseball.
Yeah, and that all comes
Well,
late.
somebody's got to be the worst.
Yeah, I'm glad it's the Red Sox.
The thing is, though, the worst part about it is they're losing these games by 1 run,
Yeah,
but they're not even like. It's not even a situation of like, okay, the starting pitcher's coming out of the game and it's 4-3. Like the starting pitcher's coming out of the game, it's 6-0.
Yeah.
And we're losing the game 7-6. It's like,
right.
come on.
Yeah, and it seems like after a certain amount of innings, they kind of just give up. Like if they're losing by 1 run in the 7th inning or on, you're just like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna lose the game. That's not like there's no. I think even like statistically, they might be like the best first. I think they have like 40 runs in the first inning this year. Like the first 3 innings,
First
like
3 innings, they have 70 something runs. Yeah.
And like then the 3 through 6 or 4 through 6 is like 50, and then like the 7th
40.
is like 40. Yeah, so it's just constantly gets worse. And it's like once there's a certain part of the game,
It's like they come out
just give
hot
it-
and
they don't
then
give a
that's
shit.
it.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, they're just like, I'm done. I got my guy. We're up 6-0 against Toronto. What's the worst that's gonna happen? We have Lucas Giolito, who gave 41 home runs 2 years ago, and then he gives up 2 home runs back to back, and then you Garrett Whitlock, who has to pitch 2 innings, apparently.
yeah, apparently.
Just comes out there and completely gives up a 3-run home run to a 170 hitter. Granted, it's Anthony Santander, but he's at 170.
Yeah.
Get him out.
I know.
Most people can. So it was a tough week to watch because of the 5 losses they had, 3 were by 1 run.
Yep.
Uh,
All blown by
all
the
blown.
bullpen.
Yep. They blew 2 against Toronto, blew 2 against Minnesota.
Lucas Giolito gave up 41 home runs.
I think with like 2 years ago.
No, that's crazy. Why did they even let him pitch?
With like 3
He
teams
really
too.
did.
Yeah, with like 3 teams. Wasn't that when he was with like 3 teams?
Terrible.
Yeah, dude. What?
And like,
Yeah, he was just constant.
and he's had, it's like his first start wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Like, he did give up that 3-run homer, but like, that was in what, the 6th inning or something
Yeah,
like
and then
that when he finally gave up a run.
Yeah,
But his last start was shaky.
rough. But the
Yeah.
whole team, like, that's another thing that like bothers me about this team is that like it has to be like amazing weather, otherwise they just don't give a shit. And that like kind of like, I know it was like rainy out, but like they just looked like a team that just didn't want to. they weren't feeling it that day. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was the weather, but it just seems like they really just don't try when it's either
It feels
cold out
like
or rain.
bad weather. They're like that, and it also feels like if they get behind, they're like that. It's like all of a sudden they're behind, and the game feels over.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Especially
it's not even late. Just like even early in the game, it's like if they give up, Sean Newcomb comes into the starting those games and giving up 3-4 runs in the first inning. It's like at the end of the first inning the game's over.
Yeah.
Like we're not scoring 4 runs.
no. If they are, they're going to score 3 of them in the first 4 innings, and then they're going to lose by 1 run.
Yep.
Because like the bullpen, like for whatever reason, like Greg Weisert's great. Like a lot,
Yeah,
the
he's
bullpen
moved
over,
into the setup role.
and it makes sense. His ERA is under 3 now. I forgot that Bernardino's ERA is under 2.
Yeah.
But
He's been pitching great.
yeah. But my issue with the bullpen, other than obviously Whitlock and Slayton, is the fact that they have 4 lefties, including a failed number 5 starter who's from Massachusetts, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that. Sean Newcomb.
Great stat.
From Massachusetts, hometown boy. But they have 4 lefties in the bullpen. When you have Luis Guerrero, who came up, and he's been nails in his major league career. I think he's got like 15 scoreless innings in his major league career. He throws 100. He's a power pitcher. Sometimes you just need that. Like, why not just give him more of a shot as opposed to Sean Newcomb, who is from Massachusetts.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like, there's just contentions I have with the bullpen.
Me personally, I feel like Cora really doesn't know how to manage the bullpen that well. That's what it seems. It's like it gets predictable. It's and it's always the same guys blowing the game.
Yeah.
And it's like they always come in crucial situations and blow the game, and it's like almost like we're supposed to be shocked that it happened.
Yeah, I'm more shocked when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you know what I mean?
we're at the point now where, like, especially over the last few years, where like there's just certain relief pitchers when they come in the game where you just get that feeling like no matter what the lead is, this game is gonna flip the other way.
Yeah. Like, the irony of that right now is that, like, Garrett Whitlock was, like, the last time I felt like a bullpen arm was just automatic whenever he came in.
Yeah.
And that was 2021. 2022. Was it 20? Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
He was nails at the bullpen. And, I mean, this year, like, he's not.
No, like but it's that thing you said. He's got to pitch 2 innings. Like,
Yeah,
he comes out the other day. He comes out in his first inning of work in the 6th inning because they pulled Crochet early. They pulled him after 5. He had thrown 89 pitches, and they pulled him out of the game. They bring Whitlock in the 6th. He strikes out. He goes 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts, and then they parade him back out for the 7th, and he gives up 2 runs. And it's like, why did he have to pitch 2 innings? Why does he have to pitch 2 innings every time he comes into the game?
Yeah.
Like, you got 1 solid inning of work out of him. I get their whole point of like, oh, well, we need to limit him. So, like, if we pitch him 2 innings at once, we'll rest him the next day and then play him the day after. But it's like, why? Get 1 inning out of him. If he needs the rest the next day, whatever, give it to him. But, like, get what you can out of these guys instead of pushing it.
And that's another thing that, like, there's certain things that, I mean, speaking of core, it's not even just, like, the bullpen. I think the whole pitching staff, I don't think he really has because he overworks a lot of people, or he underworks everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, 2 years or 3 years ago when they were, like, Brandon Bernardino had, like, 20 starts because of the spot start. You know what I mean? Like, and
Right.
it was, like, an inning and 2/3, and Nick Pivetta would come out or something like that. Like, that's weird. Like, it kind of worked, but then that year, the only pitcher that was allowed to go more than 6 innings was Brian Bayo.
Right.
And you're just like, why can't we give anyone else an opportunity? And then the bullpen's taxed completely because they have to constally.
Right.
Other 4 stars aren't allowed.
6+
Yeah.
innings every game.
So, like, and then this year you had Garrett Crochet, who was like, I think he was tied with the guy from Philadelphia, like workhorse. I forgot his name, from Philadelphia, who is like always is like most innings of baseball now. Zach Wheeler.
Oh, Zach Wheeler. Yep.
Yeah, he was tied with Zach Wheeler for or close to Zach Wheeler in innings pitched this year, and it's like, I understand he's your ace, but like, now what if you're overworking this guy because he hasn't gotten there, But now he's like, seems like he's pulling it back. Where he only pitched 5 innings last time, and now the bullpen is like, you have Whitlock going 2, then you have. I feel like every day they use 3 or 4 bullpen arms is what I'm saying, and like,
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna tire them out.
And it's always like the same guys.
Yeah, literally.
It never switches up.
No.
Like, it just seems like the same guys are always coming into the game, and it's like ride them when they're hot and ride them when they're cold. It's like it's not like, oh well, he's pitched pretty bad the last couple games. Let's fit somebody else in here. It's like, no, they need to give up like 10 runs in 3 innings for you to be like, oh well,
Yeah.
maybe they shouldn't be there for the next game. Like, it's just aggravating because it's like the AL East sucks.
Oh,
Like,
worst division in baseball.
and we
I'm
have
not expecting that.
we have cost ourselves so many games this year. It's like, how do you like? We could be running away with this division right now, but they've just like so many games have been ahead, or just can't score 2 runs in the game, or 3 runs
It's
in the
such
game.
a weird
It's
team. Like
they score their runs in bunches.
yeah, like imagine if you were like a Red Sox fan or like someone who wants to be a Red Sox fan, you ask someone like you don't know much about the team, and you're like, oh, how are they doing this year? And if I were to tell you, oh yeah, we have the likely front runner for AL Cy Young Award in Garrett Crochet. We have the likely front runner for Rookie of the Year in the American League in Christian Campbell, and we also have the runner up in MVP in Alex Bregman. And you'd be like, oh, so they're pretty good. And you'd be like, no, they're 2019. I just listed off 3 things that like great teams have, and yet they can't. The rest of the team just can't figure out. They can't get the right hit when they need to, and it's frustrating to watch. As a baseball fan, and as a Red Sox fan who's been watching this since 2022 or 2021, after that season, they've been nothing but a 500 team. Like I said, their last 200 games, they've won 101 of them, and they've lost 99.
I know, and it's like we've been saying, like it never really seems like it's a blowout. Like it's always like close games that they just can't figure out a way to win them.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so aggravating to watch because it's like year after year they're barely spending money, and like now we're looking at this whole situation with the first base. Tristan Casas goes down, and he was having a terrible year. So he goes down, he's out for the year. They're now it's like, okay, well, Romy's basically going to become the everyday first baseman, and I like his bat. He's a good hitter, but he's not a first baseman.
He's not an everyday player.
No,
he's a weapon off the bench.
Right, exactly. Like that, you want to put him in spots.
Yeah, he's like there's a reason why he's considered the best pinch hitter in baseball.
Got spots.
He's got spots. This guy's got spots.
But like
It's absurd.
You look at this, and it's like we're bringing in a guy like Anthony Rizzo maybe to play first base.
Yeah.
Like the dude at Yankee Stadium couldn't hit his weight last year. And it's like that's our solution. Like we have a team with 5 guys batting under 200. Our solution is to bring in another guy who batted 160 last year.
Yeah, he's 38 years old. I mean, the only thing that would be maybe good about Rizzo coming is that
double thumbs up. Yeah.
Thumbs are up over here.
The only thing that would be like decent about that is like another veteran brain in the room. But like,
But I mean, how many of those can you have before? Like, it doesn't matter how many veterans are in the room if
Devers
you
is
can't
a veteran,
hit.
and sometimes he says some stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's just, there's better options out there first that you can get as opposed to Romy Gonzalez, Anthony Rizzo, who hasn't played this year, and also
Abraham Toro.
And Abraham Toro. Anthony Rizzo also had the brain scramblies last year with the Yankees. Then he got a concussion. They're like, play for another 2 months. And he's like, and then he just was really bad after that. I'm sure that didn't help him out much. So, like, I don't know.
It's really weird.
It's the whole, like, yeah, that's this team. Everything about them is weird. The way that's run is weird. The way that's constructed is weird. The way the players act in a lot of ways is weird. How they lose games is weird. Tristan Casas, like we said, blew out his knee. He blew out his knee on a check swing that he dogged to first base, and the guy bobbled it, so he decided to run. And then then he stepped on the bag, and the opposite leg he stepped on is the one that tore.
Right.
That's weird. Everything about that's weird.
Conspiracy.
It's conspiracy. Someone got us. It was goddamn Netflix.
Like, it's strange what happens to this team. It's like it rains, it pours. Like there's never just like, oh, everything's coming together. It's like, oh, you have Bayo coming back and Buehler goes down.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have a really solid team on paper and nobody can hit this year.
Yep.
Okay. Like, last year Jaron Duran they couldn't get him out. Then this year it's like it seems like he can't find his way on base sometimes. Yeah. Like no matter what he does, it's just like I don't know if it's scouting report or what, but it's just like nothing finds its way down anymore for him. It's like, and then you rely on guys like Wilyer Abreu needs to have a 6 RBI day for you to win a game. Like, Bregman needs to hit 2 home runs or go 5 for 5 or 3 for 4 with 3 extra base hits for you to win a game. Like, where is everybody else?
Yeah, there hasn't felt like there's been a time where everyone's on the same page on this team.
Yeah, you look at the Yankees aren't a great team. They've had multiple times this year where they just go off in an inning.
Yeah, if you looked at their team, like their numbers are probably worse than the Red Sox overall, like lineup wise.
But they have so many home runs, and their guys just like they'll have one inning where they score 8 runs, and they'll win the whole game because of those 8 runs they scored in that inning, and it's like the Red Sox don't have that. We don't have like oh wow, we had 3 singles, a walk, and then a home run or something like it doesn't. It's like you have to have like an error, and a bloop single. Like, it's never just like everyone's mashing.
Yeah.
Just like, this pitcher came into the game and he can't get anybody out. Like, nope, that's not us.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But
They
you bring in
strike
some
out
of
a
our
lot,
guys,
yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's weird to watch. Nothing makes sense. Like, and I'm just so sick of 500 baseball. Like, I'm so sick of it, and it seems like no matter what, any momentum that they may get, it's gone within 2 days. Like when they that series against Cleveland, where they won 2 out of 3 games against a good team. Cleveland's a good team. You know, you think that fan woke up Jaron Durant because he went off for a little bit, and then the next day they play Toronto. They win they hit 5 home runs that game or something like that. And the next day they're up 6-0. You're like, oh shit, I think this team is turning around.
Yeah.
And then back-to-back home runs by Giolito, he's done. But at 6-3, you're like, okay, 6-3, still not bad. Garrett Whitlock's in. 3-run home run by Anthony Santander. You're like, well, what the hell? And then I don't know if that was a game where Guerrero was on second base and on a routine fly ball to say on Rafael. He tagged up and went to third because Rafael was just dogging it. And then, of course, you know that right there they're going to lose the game.
Yep.
And then after that, just
ball double.
Yeah. After that, then ever since then, they lost 5 games, 3 of which by 1 run. And there's been no fight. Once they're down, they're done.
Yep.
And sorry, like they have too much talent to be like that.
Yeah, it's like they're too big of a club. Like, where, why aren't we spending money? Like, why are we trying to get a guy like Rizzo to be our first baseman? Why don't we make the move and go get Nolan Arenado? He already expressed over the offseason he wants to be here. He'll play first base. Go trade some prospects that are never going to play shortstop because we have a handful of them for some reason.
Yeah.
Trade one of them away. Go get him and bring in a guy who's willing to play the position, and you don't have to worry about getting a guy who's going to bat 160.
Yeah.
Arenado at Fenway Park could be awesome.
Yeah, it could be like Bregman.
Exactly.
Maybe not that strong, but still good enough.
25 home runs, maybe. And it's like, I'd rather have that guy come in than Anthony Rizzo, who, like you said, had a concussion last year, and it might have ruined him.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, let's get somebody who's going to help the team win.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need Doug Minkiewicz at first base. You don't have the guys around him that you could have Doug Minkiewicz at first base. Like, this isn't the 04 roster where everybody was mashing.
Yeah. Like Devers said, go to the market. If you want a first baseman, go to the market.
Yeah. Go get Arenado. Like, that's a guy who you could easily get.
Oh, 100%. What's St. Louis playing for right now? Are they even? I don't
Nothing.
think they're. Yeah.
But you know what Arenado brings? A $30 million contract.
Oh no.
Yep. Can't pay that.
Spend that money.
Yep. Why would we want that when we could just hope that Tristan Casas comes back next year after tearing his knee apart and hits us 40 home runs next year?
41-20.
That's what's going to happen.
Yep, he's a 41-20 guy when healthy, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
According to Breslow and Tristan Casas himself.
Like,
and like you alluded to earlier, but like the AL East is the worst division in baseball.
Yeah.
They're 20-19, which is still 2 games back of the Yankees, who are 21-16. 3 of the 5 teams in the division are under 500. It's the worst division in baseball, and yet somehow this team, who on paper, you can't tell me that they're not at least the most. They should be the most complete and talented team in the division. And why they're not running away with it, I don't know. It's like they can't get out of their own way.
They can't.
Yeah.
I mean, we were watching the game a little while ago, and the defense popped up showing us who's in the field, and it says tied for most errors in the MLB, and we were clapping because it's like, oh wow, another team tied us because we've been the worst team in baseball defensively all season long.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Someone's catching up.
Yeah, they've been like the worst defensive team in baseball for like 6 years straight or 4 years straight now. I mean, like I don't know. It's like what would you say is like the most the biggest thing that stands out as to why this team is vastly underperforming?
If I had to pinpoint it to one thing,
Raffy Devers not playing first base.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No.
We're getting too ahead of ourselves.
No, I don't think it's anything like that, but I think it's like just overall leadership. And I'm not talking from the players. Like I don't think, it's a veteran presence like player-wise, but I think it's coaching and upper management. Like, no matter, we look at this team as fans, and we know that there's so many spots that could be filled out that, could make this team so much better. And it's like no matter what, every season the Red Sox are just like, oh no, these are the best guys we could have. And it's like sometimes the team just doesn't buy that, and we're seeing it now with Devers. And people, I read that other veterans on the team are telling Devers to shut his mouth and that he should keep quiet and do what the team wants him to do. But at the same time, Devers is right in his way of saying, like, we need real guys who can fill these roles. Like, we shouldn't be trying to piece this together. We're not the Tampa Bay Rays.
Exactly.
We're not the Athletics.
Yeah.
Like
the great city of
Athletics.
Like we're not these teams.
Yeah.
In 2003 we didn't sit back and go get nobody. In 2001 when we signed Manny, like we didn't just sit there and be like, oh, these great free agents are on the market. Well, let's see what other teams do first, and then we'll clean up the scraps. Like, no, they went and fucking got him.
Yeah.
Like,
and
where
there was,
is
and there
that?
was a need for that.
I was
Like,
sitting on a spoon. Anyway,
But like, where is that?
yeah, nothing like we said. This team's weird from the top down. They don't make any sense of what they're doing. You have Craig Breslow. I mean, do you guys want to get into the Devers thing now, or do you want to?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so the Red Sox don't have a first baseman. Actually, I'm kidding. They do. It's Abraham Toro, the best player.
Yeah.
That's our first baseman.
honest Abe.
Watching him on TV, it's like he's 5'6" playing first base. It's like, that's what you want there.
Awesome. That's like me playing first base.
I know, obviously he's taller than that, but
Yeah, but
it seems that way compared to what you would normally see a first baseman.
Right.
And so the Red Sox solution, seemingly, was to ask Raffy Devers to play first base. Devers said no. Why not?
They got mad at him.
And they got mad at him, and then now everyone's shitting on Devers for it again. And like I was telling you guys earlier, I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm definitely swaying higher for Devers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm, like you know what I mean? Like, you go, Matt.
I'm not 50-50. I was
Initially I was, but I came around.
when this dude with two last names was like, I'm shocked. Like, what do you mean you're shocked? Like,
No, that's his job.
that's his job. Like, okay, so here's my thing. I don't care. I think it's weird that we care. And my thing is, like, this dude's never played first base at a professional level. And he was so bad at third base, you told him he has to
The
be
worst
Yeah.
third baseman since he's come in the league.
since he's
by
coming in the
far.
league. And you expect this guy to go play first base, and that's going to solve all our problems.
I know, because we had a first baseman who's played it his entire life and couldn't catch a thrown ball at him sometimes. And we think Devers is going to be able to do that.
Right.
Everyone can do it.
The guy's led the league in errors every year.
Yeah, and I think
third
most
base.
of
That's what
those
we want at
errors were
first
with his
base, the
glove.
most crucial position in the infield for getting outs.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to catch the ball
Yeah.
and scoop it.
and scoop it.
And
It's
like,
a hot corner
and
too.
stretch.
It's not just third base; it's
And
the
you-
hot corner.
Like you have to you don't just stand there. Like you have to you're involved in almost every play that's hitting the infield.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah, and I kept seeing. I was listening to Felger and Maz. They were talking about it, and it was like that was like a few days ago because they're usually ahead of the stuff because they're good. But like, they were just like, oh, he doesn't want to play first, and I'm like, I'm thinking, and I'm listening. I'm like, who? It's not even that. It's like.
It's not
You
his
think that's the
responsibility.
you think that's the solution?
Right,
to this?
exactly,
Yeah,
like-
do you think that's the problem?
Yeah,
We know
He's
it as
already in the
fans, it's
lineup.
not.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
and like
And now he's already been having issues hitting.
yeah.
So
He
let's
just-
take away
yeah.
time from him being able to hit in the batting cages and stuff, and let's teach him first base.
After they pretty much told him, hey, throw away your glove.
yeah,
You suck.
You won't be doing this anymore.
Yeah, right.
Stupid.
Like,
Never
yeah.
playing third base for us again.
The guy that Yates guy that said, "Oh, that's his job." Like, no, his job was to play third base. And the Red Sox, you know what your job is now? Throw away your glove because you suck at third base and play DH.
And I get the Red Sox mindset because if he can play first base, it opens up your DH position, and now you can bring up Roman Anthony, who hasn't been playing the field, and he can get into our lineup now. That would be great. But at the same time, I do not want Devers at first base, like you were saying. That is-
Screwing things up.
it is not the solution. Like, we need a first baseman.
Yeah, this is the same. Felger and Maz and people like that, like Red Sox fans, were the same people that were pissed. Like, why is Bobby Dahlback playing first base? He's never played before. Why is Kyle Schwarber playing first base? He's never played before. And they're like, can we put Rafael Devers there? He's never played before.
Now,
Getting
now,
paid $30 million.
but-
He's
but
getting paid. That's his job.
Listen to what you're saying, right? Kyle Schwarber playing first base had never played it before.
Yeah,
Bobby Dahlback playing first base never played it before.
Anthony Ramirez before that.
Kyle Schwarber was let me get this right. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So since then, because it's Tristan Casas who they wanted to be first base, we've just been like straight up finding people off the street
literally.
to play first
Yeah,
base for us.
grab
We're
a
like,
glove.
you could do it.
Everyone
maybe.
can do it.
Like, everybody can play first base. Like, that's what we've been doing with our first base position. It's just like what we've been doing with our second base position.
Yeah.
You know, we have Christian Campbell playing it now, but he's learning the position on the fly.
Which we get
He's
annoyed.
not a second baseman.
Which we get annoyed about for Campbell doing that because when he makes a bad, like, oh man, they shouldn't be having people learning on the fly. Guess what
that's
Raffy
not-
Devers would be doing at first base?
Right.
Learning on the fly.
And now you have your whole right side of the infield has never played the position
You don't even
before
know
and
if
are learning
any
it.
ground ball to second base is even going to be an out anymore because Campbell could botch it or he can throw it and then Devers could botch it. Like, why would I want that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if I'm gonna do anything like that, if Campbell's gonna still learn how to play defense, then why not just move him to first base and then have Marcel Meyer come up and play second because he knows how to play second base.
Or
Like,
you could even move Trevor Story
you
over
can-
because he's played
Yeah.
second base for us before.
right.
I'm gonna find comments on Raffy Devers stuff, and I'm gonna read you them.
Okay.
So and then I can talk shit about these people because they should say shit like, if I was getting paid $30 million, I'd do whatever they told me to. Yeah, you wouldn't get paid $30 million because you do what everybody tells you. You do whatever they tell you to do, you little bitch. Bootlicker. Imagine you went to work the next day. I swear to God, I went to work Monday and they're like, Matt, you're an electrician now today. I'd be like, I don't know anything about being an electrician. Yeah, but like we're paying you the same money, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
What? Okay, and then a month later, they're like, you're a teacher now.
Yeah.
I don't have an associate's degree. I'm not even. It's in going to school.
But
Yeah.
It's in general
being
studies. That's
paid.
just. But I'm being paid my rate,
Yeah,
my
but yeah.
same rate
Yeah,
of pay.
You do know that they're paying you though, right?
You know that teachers
but
make
you're-
double what I make when I work, right?
yeah, but if you were making $30 million, you'd be,
You'd be
making
the-
way more
you'd be
If
the
I was
money.
best
making $30
electrician
million,
ever, right?
I'd be in the MLB and I'd have
Oh.
a voice to say something. No, I don't. Right. If I was
Yeah.
at work getting paid $30 million to clean toilets, I would do it. Right. I would do whatever they asked me because they're overpaying. I ain't that good. Nobody's that good. But it's like, dude, it's like people are just so out of touch. It's like, oh, he's getting paid $30 million. He's getting paid. You know what? In reality, that's a bargain for what people are getting paid now in the MLB.
Yeah, I mean,
So like, imagine you. We'll put this in dollars per hour. Say you were getting paid $30 an hour, and you see Shohei Ohtani's getting paid $70 an hour. I mean, I know it's deferred, but you'd be like, what the fuck? Why is he getting paid? Do the same thing I'm doing. Who's just playing baseball? You know, it's like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's a stupid way to look at stuff. You're just.
It's
out of
just
touch.
expect
Yeah, it's
everything out of them too.
And the thing is those people are looking at it from just that perspective.
Yeah.
You're being paid all this
Thinly
money.
veiled racism too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it was, fucking Bobby
Like if I just dig a little deeper.
I mean, it's not even that though. I mean,
No, I know,
It's
but
just the point of like these guys don't even look at it from like the actual fan perspective. They're just looking at it from like, oh, if I was making $30 million and they asked me to move from my position that I was playing to something else, I would do it. But it's like, at the same time, they're not looking at it from the perspective of like, this would be Devers playing first base.
Yeah.
Like they're just looking at it like you're getting paid all this money. You need to do this. It's
go-
like
yeah.
maybe he'll play catcher next.
Yeah.
You know, why
Yeah.
not? Why not?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just throw Devers at catcher next because he's making $30 million. So if they want him to, maybe he'll pitch.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a setup guy because Slayton's been blowing it. So I think what we should do is tell Raffy Devers that he's making $30 million and he should go pitch for us because he's making more money than anybody else on the team. So obviously wherever is needed, that's where Raffy Devers should be playing.
All right, here's some of the here we go. Here's some of the comments. Demote him to single A.
To single A.
Single A.
Making more money than the
So he has to play
worth.
first base, or he's forced to retire. He'll change his tune real quick once the threat of a paycheck being gone is on the table. He would opt out of his contract and get
First
paid.
of all,
First of all,
the MLB
need to
union,
retire.
the MLB union is so strong
Yeah.
that
Tony
they
Clark
would
would be
never.
like, "No."
If they ever tried to pull his contract away from them, they'd be like,
we have two options for you, Raffy. Either you play first,
Oh, you're
or you
forced to
retire.
"Yeah,
'Cause
you,
we
Here we go.
said so.
you retire."
Wait. This one's good. He'd have leverage if Bregman wasn't outplaying him in every aspect of the game. LOL. What?
What?
No, I play third. Good comment. Bregman ruined this dude's career in Boston. Laughing emoji.
What?
What?
Dude, it's
These
like
people suck, dude.
that's what I
hate
mean.
all
It's
these
like
These aren't even fans.
it's not. Hold on, this guy's good. Seems to me he had
bandwagon
gotten
people.
too comfortable as a DH. He's been doing over a
It's been
month and a half.
Right, dude.
What are you talking
I didn't
about?
even want to do it.
Yeah, it looks real comfortable at
Yeah,
DH too.
so
I
much
know
for
he's
being
mashing.
Yeah,
So much for
6
being a
home runs.
team player. LOL.
See, but that's what I'm talking about. That's that mindset of like you're getting paid so much money, you should just do what the team's asking you to do, and it's like, think about what you're asking him to
Yeah.
do. Just think about
Wait,
it.
wait,
5
wait, wait,
seconds.
wait,
Just
wait,
think
wait,
about
wait,
it.
wait. This one's
Seriously.
good. This guy, I like this guy, JC Bishop. I have no issue with him. He's not a utility player. Not his fault you brought in someone to replace him, and then want him get mad when he says no that you ask him to do what's best for the team. Then switch positions again. Build a better team. Thank you,
There's
JC Bishop.
logic.
Wow, fan,
What-
Yeah.
real fan
That's a
there.
real guy right there.
Wait, hold on.
Yep,
There we go.
If we had a real crowd, we'd be pumped.
that is the real crowd.
That's-
Underneath
yeah,
it, oh yeah, no, it's
yeah,
real.
obviously.
It's 27 Lou Begas just clapping their hands.
That's
the
what I'm laughing like.
trumpet. Seems like he doesn't want to be there any longer. Why wouldn't you help out your team? How is this helping?
Yeah.
He's already signed a contract. He isn't playing toward a free agent deal.
Okay,
Okay.
so let me jump in here again. To something like that.
They got rid of Mookie for this.
Right.
I
so
couldn't wait
here
to
we-
see that one.
Here we go. So here's what I want to talk about. Let's talk about the fact that the Red Sox need to move Raffy Devers to first base instead of just the fact that we have 2 guys in the minor league who are outplaying pretty much the entire team except for like 3 people. And they're sitting in the minors because the Red Sox, if they brought them up, would lose a year of eligibility on them. And because we won't re-sign them when they hit free agency because we're too fucking cheap to do that, we need that extra year. So we're going to blame everything else and try to fit pieces together until we're ready to have the team that could actually be good enough to play when we're ready to put them on the field.
Are you saying
Instead of actually putting the players that should be on the field on the field.
are you saying that the front office is to blame, that they've been handling this like
What?
shit since the beginning?
What?
You mean to tell me that when they told Rafael Devers, hey, you're a third baseman, don't worry about anything, everything's fine, don't worry about Alex Bregman, he's like, okay. And then all of a sudden when they signed Alex Bregman, they were like, hey, we signed Alex Bregman, but you're still a third baseman because he's going to be playing second base. And then he never played third base during spring training. Rafael Devers like, what's going on? They're like, hey, Rafi, by the way, you suck at defense. Throw away your glove. You're DH now. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're our DH. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to do that.
And Casas dies.
And then Costas blows out his knee, and they're like, hey, Rafi.
First baseman.
Hey, man. Hey, how's that glove doing that we told you to throw away?
Hola, Levato.
Oh,
Found it.
hola, brother. What's going on?
We didn't let you throw it out. We kept it.
You know that position?
Viva la raza,
Yeah,
right?
Eddie Guerrero, right?
He's Mexican. You know him.
Whatever. So, Rafi, you want to play a position you never played before?
First base?
Again?
Yes.
Yeah?
Like,
Wait, you
Okay, wait,
No,
wait.
it can't be that.
Wait.
Can't be anything.
So that was the ESPN one. These are better on the MLB on Fox.
Oh, okay.
Friendly reminder: Boston gave away Mookie Betts for 2 pennies and a ball of lint, so they can make this guy their franchise player. We got rid of him in 2019,
Yeah.
like into 2022, and we signed this dude in 2022. 2 years later.
No.
Okay.
yeah, but
No, they said
Oh, at least Freddie Butts commented on it.
but and then again too, where
Seymour's brother.
and there somebody complaining about the fact of like Mookie Betts and stuff, which we all joke about because it is in one way kind of true because the Red Sox could have kept everybody,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but
100%.
easily. We'd probably have 2 World Series plus the 2018. You know.
Yeah,
We would have won in 2021.
but look at it this way. Devers is only here because the fans put up such a stink that
Yeah.
we let Mookie Betts go that they were like, okay, we need to kind of keep the fans on our side, so we'll sign Devers to a contract to just appease everybody.
And-
That's all it was.
Yeah, and you guys and everybody conveniently forgets that you wanted it. You wanted this.
Yeah,
guy.
this is it.
Right,
Exactly.
This is
wanted
who
this
the
guy.
fans
Now we-
wanted because we had lost out on so many people already that it was like we need to keep him. This is the guy.
Well, you know,
And now this is 4 years later, and everyone's like, "Oh, Rafael Devers."
Yeah,
Like-
it's one of the most fickle fan bases.
betcha he ends up in AAA because of this.
Yeah, they're
Oh, I
gonna
bet
send
he
down
does.
Rafael Devers.
How do you say not a team player? You just said it, you idiot.
What they should do, right? According to what that guy was just saying, they should hire Carl Everett and
Yeah.
just let him spank him.
Yeah, right.
That's the
Should have paid. Should
Beat the bad out of him.
beat,
You know?
beat it out of him.
And dinosaurs don't exist. Adam and Eve ate apples. People saw it. I'm Carl Everett. Mark Burley, get over here. Fucking
Oh, Matt looks intrigued with whatever
Yeah, what's
comment.
going
I'm just. It's just
dumbfounded.
yeah. Another thing I want to bring about Rafael
have him go clean the toilets when he's not batting. Gotta stay busy. Dude's picture's a car. Fucking
Loser.
Transformer
Fucking
talking to
loser.
Optimus Prime over there.
He should be cleaning toilets.
You're paid to play baseball, dude.
He is playing baseball. He's in the baseball.
What the hell? Sounds to me he's not confident enough in his athletic skills to make the
I
transition.
wonder why.
Not
Maybe
a
because
great,
there's a whole ass fan base. That
not
says
a
that he
great
should be
look for
confident in his
him.
defensive skills.
Not a great look for him.
no.
You got people. I know all 12 people that will listen to this. You're fucking weird if you think that way. You're
Yeah.
fucking weird. No offense. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like, you're fucking
Yeah.
weird as fuck.
When Devers got that $30 million year contract, did they pay him to play defense?
Nope.
No, they played him with the sole reason thinking that he's gonna be the next David Ortiz.
And now the world
DH.
knows why I can't stand Devers. Yeah, we were really wondering what you were thinking, Derek. You fuck.
Derek, what you thinking, buddy?
You fucking idiot. Oh, see what I'm saying? These are the kind
So
of people
dumb.
that you're friends with. Like,
I was
this is how you
50-50,
feel.
and then like the
You
more
feel the
like
same
we
as these
talked about it,
people.
I was like, no way. Like this is not Devers' problem.
Sorry.
What
You're
was
not
that
all
other point
idiots,
you wanted
but-
to make?
So all right, so you're paying him $30 million to hit. When they signed the contract, the whole point was that he was gonna be a DH.
Yeah,
No one was like, this
100%.
guy's a 10-year contract, huh? That's 10 years of third base. No one thought.
No
that.
one thought
They
that.
thought maybe 1 or 2, and guess what? It turned out to be 1 or 2 years where he played third base. You pretty much said that you never wanted to play defense because he led, and and deservedly so. So then he gets taken off of defense. You bring in Bregman. Why don't you get mad at Bregman for not moving to first base? I mean, like, why don't you get mad at other
Because he's
shit?
playing well.
Yeah, because he's the leader of the team. Yeah, Devers leads in different kind of ways. There's different kinds of leaders. The fact you even had to go outside of the team to find a leader in quote unquote leader in Alex Bregman is kind of a front office issue too, don't you think? Or like a
I mean, it just
a
goes to
coaching
show
issue?
it goes to show just lack of leadership
Exactly.
in the team, which means if you don't have guys who are becoming leaders, it's because nobody's leading them.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have anything. How do you become a good leader when you don't have a good leader in front of you to, like, you relay their message as a player? Like, the players
realize.
the players shouldn't be.
That's what you're saying.
Like,
Shut up.
Sorry. But the
you're
players
right.
shouldn't be the ones that have to bring the team together. Like, that's what it feels like it is. It feels like it's the players for themselves. Like, they go out and the front office goes out and gets players and then just kind of throws it at a wall and figure it out. Like,
Yeah, and it's been like that for a long time now.
it's frustrating, and it's.
And then you wonder why you can't seem to get over 500 because you're putting out a 500 team.
But the thing is, I don't.
Not this year though. It should be better, but
But we're looking at it from a fan perspective. Front office doesn't care.
oh yeah, they don't care about.
They're selling their tickets.
Yeah.
They're making their money on their beer. They're making their money on concessions and parking and merchandise at the stadiums and merchandise you buy online. They're making money on all that.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They do not care because I don't care what anybody says. In my mind, I believe that Red Sox ownership looks at the Red Sox and just says, "Thank you for giving us money. What can we buy next?"
Yeah.
Because they don't care about putting money back into the team. They just want to have enough money into the team that the team does good enough to keep the fans thinking they'll be good, but will never get over that hump.
And then hope you strike gold one year and like win
Right.
the World Series.
Right, and then we can suck again for a few years because
Yeah.
everyone had their high of winning.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's how they build these teams, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we just had a really shitty year. Oh, I just got a Bleacher Report update, and the Red Sox just paid $3 billion to get into the LIV tour. Like,
yeah. Like, I don't give a shit. Like why?
why is that where our money's going into
Yeah.
golf? Like, why are we buying the Pittsburgh Penguins? Like,
Tiger Woods.
and
Yeah.
and I bet we all can't wait until LeBron retires because we ain't buying the Lakers.
No.
So what team are we gonna buy once he retires? Because he can't be part owner if he's playing basketball unless we
Yeah.
buy the Lakers. So once he retires, who we buying?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's gonna be next.
Yeah, it's
Like-
the Red Sox become a portfolio piece for John Henry.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, like the fact that they didn't spend money, like defiantly seemed like they didn't want to spend money, and then they signed Bregman, then John Henry takes a fucking picture with the cigar, like I do this all the time. Like you did, you don't
You used
anymore.
to.
And then you deferred the contract. And look, I honestly, I remember before we were like, I don't think Bregman's going to opt out. He's going to left Fenway Park too much. If the team keeps on going the way that they're going, and Bregman keeps on hitting the way he's hitting, he's opting out of that fucking contract. And guess what? You don't have a third baseman. You probably don't have a first baseman. But you have a DH and Raffy Devers maybe actually put together a good team. So that way,
No, they'll probably ask Devers to
yeah.
move back to third.
You go back
base
to
because they'll
third.
need-
How's your
they'll
glove
need the
doing,
DH to
buddy?
be for Roman
I hope
Anthony.
you didn't really throw it out. We just JK.
Yeah, JK, LOL. We're cool guys.
Sorry about that whole Bregman situation.
Yeah, we're cool, dude. Chill.
We looked at him like I know it was before you were here, but do you remember Adrian Beltre? We brought him in for 1 year. You're Will Middlebrooks. And we think you're better than him. That was the plan all along. We brought him in just so we could prove to ourselves you were better.
And Will Middlebrooks won a World Series. Did Beltray? Exactly, Raffy.
Let's think about it. So, how about you play third base again?
If I was, I would. I mean, I know it's obviously a joke, but man, if I was sitting there hearing that, I'd be like, "What?" None of the things are. First of all, I'm probably
You told
as
me I'm Will Middlebrooks?
I'm probably as good as Alex Bregman, if not better.
You're telling me I'm Will Middlebrooks?
I already have established. I have 200 career home runs. Will Middlebrooks didn't even have like 200 career at bats. Like, sorry, Will. He's actually a cool dude. I don't want to talk shit about him, but we should have had Adrian Beltre. It's all your fault.
Right. It's
You shouldn't have been so promising.
But no, it's not Will Middlebrooks' fault.
Of course, it's not.
It's the Red Sox ownership's fault because
course
they were
it's
like, we could go cheap and just keep this guy and
Yeah,
hope
right.
he's as good as this future Hall of Famer. Like,
He won't have.
Who went off after he went left?
oh,
yeah,
had 1,000 hits, and
Yeah.
like Matt said, we don't even know if he had 1,000 at bats. Never mind, like 1,000 more hits after that point of his career.
God, dude.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's so yeah. Needless to say, we're on Devers' side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean,
Like, you don't need to make a whole stink about it.
No,
but like
yeah.
they keep asking him. Like you,
Yeah.
you want him to say
they're
something.
they're
Because if he says
creating a problem.
if he says nothing, then that's
Because
gonna
they
be-
suck.
they're-
Because the
they're
Red
gonna be
Sox
mad.
are. Here's what the problem is: the Red Sox aren't the worst team in the league, so you can't shit on them as a whole. So you got to pick somebody who's popular to who's batting, okay, who's doing his job,
To be fair,
who's doing what he's.
Yeah,
it's
he's
not-
alright.
it's not to
So, yeah.
put on baseball uniform.
he's
Go to
he
work.
leads MLB in walks. You know, he's got his average up to 260. It was at 0 for the first 6 games.
20 at bats.
Speaking of what, we were talking about Anthony Santander hitting that home run or whatever. That dude's career on base percentage is 306.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's.
I thought
not
that was his average,
No,
and I was
he's
like,
not that great. He
Oh,
had
yeah.
a year, a
He had a
couple
good
years.
contract year.
Yeah,
44 home runs.
exactly.
Yeah.
Brady Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like
Ironically, with
man.
Baltimore.
it's
Yeah.
just like, bro, like I was like looking at other people. It's like usually they're around 340, 350. Like you wouldn't confuse their average for their on base percentage.
No,
this
absolutely
guy, I
not.
was like
Yeah, and that's
306. Like
Yeah, there's a couple
yeah.
guys on the Red Sox like Devers is walking a lot. Christian Campbell's walking a lot. Like his on base percentage is really high.
sitting
And,
on Raphael is not.
and it's like
I had to do that.
no, but yeah, I know he's swinging. Well, I mean,
Great
what
defense,
did I
though.
say? What did I say to you?
JBJ.
I said it to Matt yesterday. I was watching the game, and they said Cedon Rafaela swings at the first pitch 71% of the time.
So I was saying it's like my MLB The Show player. Like
Just swinging at everything.
like you go look at like you can see your hits by at bat. Like I'm sorry.
On his
your-
0-0
by your
count.
My 0-0 count, I got like 60 home runs. And it's like everything else I hit like 12.
So you're saying that Cedar Raphael isn't hit 60 home runs by that?
Basically, I mean,
Yeah,
I beat
yeah, it makes
Bonds.
sense.
I beat Bonds that year. Not cheating either. Like not like when I beat Bonds in like a month. Like when you put it on super rookie mode and go
That's
to
what he
town.
did. So you're saying just swing at the first pitch all the time?
Yeah.
Raphael is doing it right.
Rafaela is just a weird player.
I think I texted you guys a couple days ago. I'm like, does he lead the MLB in 3-pitch at bats?
He might.
It must.
Dude, I swear it's like one every.
Dude, he'll
three
swing it.
at-bats is
He'll
a
swing at the
3-pitch
first
at-bat.
pitch. That it'll be like outside or in the dirt.
Yeah.
And then he'll take a fastball right down the middle, and you're like,
He's like,
"What were you doing,
brother.
It's like they know too. It's like he swung at the first one. Now he'll think to himself like, damn, I can't believe I swung at that. I'll take this next pitch. And then you throw it right down the middle, and he takes it, and you're like, come on, man.
Yeah, like
You swung at that
come on,
last
man.
one, took this.
But yeah, team's weird.
Yeah, it is as a whole, and I think it all comes from the top. Like, yeah, like you play how you're presented.
Yeah.
Like we're presented as an organization that fake cares, and I feel like that's what we get out of the players sometimes. Is
Yeah.
like, I'm here to play baseball. It's the Anthony Rendon
Yeah.
mentality of like I'm just here to collect my paycheck because if they don't care, why should I?
Yeah, and
It's a true statement though, but it's
that's our real opinion on Anthony Rendon. If you guys haven't gotten the joke yet,
Well, we love him.
that we love him so much he plays baseball.
yeah. But it's like you
love him
just
more than he loves me.
you look at it from that way, like why should the players try to care when the Red Sox are they won't even go get a real first baseman.
Yeah, and they've been doing that for years. You breed.
No second baseman,
Yeah,
no first baseman. You have a guy sitting in the minor
He might
leagues.
come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know.
He's fine, right?
That's what they hope for.
Yeah.
But it's like you look at a guy like Roman Anthony down in the minors. The guy is barreling the ball more than anybody. He's a machine. He's not even 21 yet. And he's down in AAA for what reason? To try to bring people into the AAA stadium to make some more money?
I
Gotta
mean,
make some more money because, like, that's the only reason why he's down there. That's got to be.
I saw like a report a few days ago, and if it's true, it's really fucking stupid. So I guess the rumor, someone said that the reason why they're not calling up Roman Anthony or Marcelo Meyer yet is because they want to play it safe, because they don't want, like how when Baltimore first called up Jackson Holliday and he was bad, they don't want that to happen to them. And I'm like, that's the dumbest fucking thing.
This is like looking for a good.
That's literally just like
That's
finding
exactly
something.
what it is.
That
Just
is
finding something.
not even comparable.
He's not ready to come up yet.
Well,
That. And A-Rod wasn't ready at 19, right?
Historically, when you bring up a ball player in May, they die.
Yeah.
So you don't want that. You don't want him to be dead.
Yeah,
Just dies on the field.
Statistically, when you bring up how many people have ever played baseball in May, most of the bad ones play in that month.
They all play in May.
Exactly. Every baseball player
All
plays
the
in
good
May.
ones played there too. No.
Yeah, but we can't have them playing in May.
Have you ever thought about Jackson Holliday? Well, Roman Anthony.
What does that have to do with him?
Jackson
They're not
Holliday.
the same person.
Yeah, I
not
know.
the
I
same.
know. That's why when I read that, I was like, no fucking. That's the dumbest thing. It's literally, like you said, they just want to have that extra year of control because they're cheap.
That's what it is. Because at the end of when Roman Anthony, they'll have 7 years of control on him. So if they bring him up next year, he'll be 21. He'll be going up for his first contract at like 28, 29. And the Red Sox will be like, we got 7 years out of him at the major league level, and now he can go get his $600 million from somebody else because we're not paying him that money.
Yeah.
And that's what it will be. Or they'll trade him the year before his contract ends, and we'll get
We'll get rid of everybody
whatever
else and
Jeter
just keep
Downs,
him.
Yeah.
whatever Jeter Downs players in 2020, in 2031.
Yeah, Will
whatever,
Rhymes face.
Yeah, exactly. That's who they'll grab. Whatever guy they. I swear to God, when they make those type of trades, like those Mookie Betts style trades, they close their eyes. They bring up like a dartboard, and they put up all the prospects on the other team, and then they like stand really far back and then blindfold themselves, and they just throw darts across the room, and whatever names they land on, that's who they trade for. So they're like, oh, Jerry Sands? Yeah, we want that guy. Oh, and Alex Verdugo. He's actually like one of your top 5 prospects. That's
we got
crazy.
lucky
I
in that
can't believe
throw.
we landed on
Yeah,
that.
that's insane. Jeter Downs, his first name's Jeter. Say less.
Yes, we love Jeters around here.
Jarrett Downs, Dieter, Jarrett. Dude, it's the same guy.
Same guy. So obviously we want that guy too. And it's like I look at other teams, and now I get Mookie was going into he was in his contract year basically when they traded him. But like I look at other teams, and it's like when you have a superstar player like Vlad Guerrero Jr., who would have been up for free agency at the end of this year, they were talking about a few months ago that the Red Sox would, if they wanted to trade for him, because the Red Sox were the favorite to get him before he signed, they were like, oh, they'd have to give up this top prospect, and this guy. And it's like crazy how when you have a good player, you have to give up good players, but the Red Sox don't. They don't get good players when they give up good players. We give up Mookie Betts, who was an MVP winner and a 3-time second-place finisher, and in return, we got nobody who's still on this team 5 years later.
Connor Wong.
Oh, Connor Wong. Yeah, because...
You can't forget about him.
Sorry. We have one guy who's left on the team, and Connor Wong is so good that, I remembered him.
Yeah, do you remember Connor Wong? He's a backup catcher now for Carlos Narvaez.
Right.
He's playing today.
Carlos Narvaez. That's what it is. Like, Verdugo's gone, and not only, he wasn't a bad player, but, he was never going to be, in a fan's perspective eyes, a guy that should be here in place of Mookie Betts.
No.
And then Jeter Downs sucked. So it's we got nothing.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep.
It's
the only the Crochet trade is probably the best trade they've done in the last few years, and that's not all you have to do is just do anything.
But even then, I mean, Crochet had control, a lot of control left on him.
Right.
So you look at something like that, but even then, we gave up Kyle Teal. He's the top catching
Brady
prospect in
Montgomery,
baseball.
who's
Yeah, a
really
switch
good.
hitting, power hitting outfielder.
But that that's another I feel like that's another Jedi mind trick by the front office. We don't trade prospects. We traded Brandon Montgomery and Kyle Teal for Garrett Crochet. Can you complain about Mookie Betts anymore? It's we still can, because the one guy you kept that whole crop is the guy that you want to shit on every time that you try to make him do shit you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? What as a fan, what are we supposed to? Are we not supposed to be mad about that? Especially when Mookie Betts won 2 World Series since, and you guys are a 500
And is still
baseball
playing
team.
at an elite level.
And and you guys are a 500 team who can't seem to get out of your own way.
Yep.
Because you keep on like, hey, Raffy, buddy, you're a third baseman. Don't worry about Bregman. And then, Raffy, you play first base? You never played before. And the same fans are like, oh, why we have Dahlbeck playing first base? Because he's never played. Why we have Short playing first base? And they're like, why is Devers not playing first base? He's never played. Like, it's like now you're like breeding like you're making a losing culture on the team.
So
And the fans are becoming fucking
now to
dummies.
get onto that point, they're kind of right.
Yeah.
So go back even further. So before they signed Devers, right? We signed Trevor Story. Okay, we still had Bogarts.
Yeah.
So the whole point of bringing in Trevor Story was he was going to become our second baseman, and we were going to re-sign Bogarts to play short. That never even worked out. All they did was bring in Trevor Story to play second base so they could shift him over to shortstop once they
signed
let
his
Bogarts
replacement.
go.
Yeah, they signed his replacement,
Like-
and they kind of did the same thing at third base to Raffy Devers.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you expect to happen when you keep on seemingly disrespecting Major League Baseball players?
Yeah.
Do you expect them to just be like, well, they do pay me, so
And
no,
it's
like, fuck
weird.
that.
And it's weird when you go to sign free agents and nobody wants to come here.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder why.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, why would I want to come here if it feels like my job's not secure and everything that you tell me is a lie? Kenley Jansen, he didn't leave here on a good term because when he was signed by the Red Sox, Kenley Jansen, say what you want about him, he's one of the best closers ever.
Yeah.
He came to Boston. They said, we're going to be a playoff team. We're going to try the next 2 years. And guess what they didn't do?
Try.
They didn't try, and they didn't make the playoffs. So, like, to where he's openly saying, like, yeah, I got lied to by this fucking team.
Yeah.
Kenley Jansen has a lot of weight in his word in baseball because he is considered a legend at what he does.
Right.
He's a former Dodger. You know what I mean? Like, the guy
Not only
still,
that, but,
the
like,
guy still wants to be there right
been
now.
successful everywhere
He's been
he's
successful. Yeah, exactly. And now you're going to disrespect a guy like that. You're going to lie to a guy like that. Why would, like you said, why would anyone want to come here? Now Raffy Devers, who's also a respected player.
And not only that, but he's realistically the face of your team.
Exactly.
And it's like you said, every chance you get, you're shitting on this guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you paid the guy $30 million to hit a baseball.
That was it.
And then you're mad at him for for finally being able to adjust to DHing.
Put
And
his
then
ego aside from playing third base because he wanted to play third base and he thought he was the third baseman. He puts his ego aside and says, fine, you know what? You guys want me to play DH? I'll play DH for you. And then less than 2 months later, you're like, nah,
yeah,
time to move on, bud. You're first baseman now. It's like I said, how long till he plays catcher? When,
Right.
we going to stick him in center field?
Yeah.
Like right this year, we have been injury plagued. Like we've lost starting pitching, we've lost position players, and it's like, so what happens when we lose an outfielder now? Like we just stick Raffy Devers out there. He makes the most money. It's just like,
and that's also like a stupid expectation. First of all, per year he doesn't make the most money on the team. Alex Bregman does. No one complains about him. I get it. He's doing amazing, but like, if you're gonna use the money argument against him, then like, he's not even the highest paid player on the team. Bregman is. You know what I mean? Like, so like that's a weird. And also, it's not his responsibility to do that. He didn't get paid. Like I said, you didn't get paid $30 million to be a backup first baseman in case something happens to Tristan Casas.
no.
You got paid to hit
When
baseballs.
they signed Raffy Devers, like you said, in the fans' perspective, it was okay. He's going to play third base for a few years, and then he's going to become our DH. Nobody ever thought when we signed him to this contract, man, maybe he's going to become our first baseman. Like,
No.
that was never anybody's thought process.
No.
And now it's like we should be mad at him because he doesn't want to be the first baseman. It's like,
See you in single A, buddy.
Yeah, right. He's gonna get sent down.
Like-
The weird, like the dumbest thing, like that fans need to realize that the only person that actually said anything true in this
Is
whole
Devers.
situation is Devers when he said, if you want a real implied, if you want a real first baseman, go to the market and find one.
and not only that, but he called Breslow out as
Yeah.
like, why don't you just build a complete team?
Yeah, exactly. Go use your resources to get what we need. I'm sorry, our first base situation is Abraham Toro and Romy Gonzalez. And guess what? Romy Gonzalez is also partially hurt right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Messed up
So,
ankle.
yeah. So, I don't want Abraham Toro to be my first baseman. I want Devers to be my backup first baseman. I want Devers to be my DH because that's what he's best at is hitting. And he's starting to finally come around now. And
Like I'd look at it this way, right? If you're really wanting to be a playoff team and you really want to make a push for that World Series, you would look at this situation right now as like a midseason acquisition. You'd look at it like trade deadline, this is our weakest position, let's fill it. When you make those type of moves, you don't think to yourself, let's go get the worst first baseman in baseball to help us make the playoff push. You go out and get somebody who can legitimately play and help you push to that next level to make you that playoff run. You don't go out and get guys of lesser talent because they take less money Like that's what we've become.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, we could go get Nolan Arenado. You could pony up, go sign him, go trade for him with St. Louis, bring him in for a couple years, even trade him in the offseason if you really wanted to. But it's like, no, because that costs us too much money.
because you have to
For
eat
the
his
rest of this
contract.
year, he's going to make 20-something million, and then next year he's signed for 36 or 38 million. It's like, oh no, we can't eat $60 million on that contract to have a first baseman in here because Casas is the guy.
Yeah, and he can't stay healthy.
No.
This guy is known for what did he have, a good 5-week stretch in 2023?
Yeah, like he had a
he's
decent
done?
rookie campaign,
Yeah.
and then he's had some runs here and there.
Yeah.
Where he like goes off for a little bit, and it's like, this is the guy we thought we were getting, and it's like, but now he missed most of last season. He's gonna miss a majority of this season because from this point on he's done.
Mhm.
So he only played a month of baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like in the last 2 years, this guy's played less than 100 games, and it's like we're relying on this guy to next year come back probably to be our first baseman because we're not going to sign anybody.
I mean,
you don't want Roman Anthony
Yeah.
playing first base. Raffy Devers isn't going to do it. It's to the point now where it's what are we even going to? How is this team even going to operate? Like, are we just looking at what they are? Like, is this what the Red Sox are forever going to be? Where they're just a team that has enough guys on the field to keep them a little competitive, but never be one of the better teams. And we just have to hope that it's like 2018 all over again, 2013 all over again, where the players you sign just gel.
Yeah.
And they just everybody has a great year.
Mm.
Because that's what we have to rely on now.
Yeah.
No talent wants to come here. And the talent they do want to sign, like, Bregman's been great. But we signed Bregman because he was the best available at the time when we went to sign somebody.
Yeah.
Like, when they finally decided, now it's our time to make a move and sign somebody, Bregman was the best available.
Yeah. And now
But you had already lost out on plenty of other guys that you could have brought in to make this team better.
100%.
They could have signed Pete Alonso.
Mm.
Didn't want him.
Yeah, no, it's just Casas.
You could have been that team that this last offseason, knowing Toronto was having all these issues, just fucking make them an offer out of nowhere like some teams do, where it's just like, oh wow, Vlad Guerrero Jr. got traded today. Like, didn't even see that coming because you blew them away because you had so much talent sitting in the minor leagues that you're like, you know what? Here.
Yeah, here we'll take your 25-year-old first baseman,
And you
slugger.
can have all these prospects
You
that
know, these
hopefully
pro- yeah,
work out
that
for you.
Maybe might be good, and then we'll sign him to a 10-year contract.
It's like,
15-year extension.
But
whatever
they're
you got.
waiting for Toronto to screw it up, or they're just waiting for Toronto to sign him so that they can tell the fans, we couldn't even get him.
Yeah, we tried. We were next year.
We were gonna go after him real hard.
If only Vlad didn't take that.
I
Contract.
already wrote out the $850 million
sorry,
contract.
Vladdy. I guess I gotta throw it away. No, this isn't me. It's not my fault.
Yeah, but like that's what it seems like. It's like we're they signed him. We can tell the fans now.
Yep.
Like, we tried, guys.
He signed to a 3-year contract, and he has 2 opt-outs.
Man, if he just lasted 5 more months without signing, man, with that push we were gonna make for him, you guys would have never believed it because it was never really gonna happen.
Yeah, and like I was telling you at the beginning, like with Bregman, like when we first were talking about it, we were like, no, there's no way he's gonna opt out because he's gonna love Fenway. But with the way that I'm sure he still loves Fenway, but the way that this team is going,
It's like no matter how good his numbers are, it's like why does he want to be
yeah,
here?
if the team's gonna finish 82-80 or 81-81 again, why the fuck would he want to not opt out? He'd
He was told
I'm
coming
gonna get
here-
that big ass contract he wanted.
Look at all of his interviews when he signed with the team. I'm coming here to to win. I'm bringing a winning culture. I've won everywhere I've ever been. I'm here to win, to push this team to the next level, and we're exactly where we've been.
Yep.
Fighting to be 500.
Yep.
It's like,
And the division is right there.
Yeah.
It's like the Yankees are practically begging you to just to take over the division by a mile, and you're like, no, let's just blow a 6-0 lead right now to Toronto because Anthony Santander, 306 on base percentage, career 170 average this season. He's gonna
Yeah, but it's not
Smack
base
all
percentage,
over.
it's 270.
woof man.
That's like an average. That's like a above average hitter in the MLB.
Yeah, right.
You know?
On base though, even
It's
better.
Average.
Yeah. Let's give home runs to him because why not?
and I mean that's gonna happen, but like,
But It's gonna happen, but there comes like a point where like I feel like every time something happens, like you got Corey being like, "Oh, that's baseball," shit happens essentially. Like, but when the shit keeps on happening, eventually it's just shit.
And not only that,
It
but
doesn't just happen all the time.
Anthony Santander's batting 179 this year, but this man did hit 44 home runs last year. This guy is a threat. Where's that on our team?
Yeah.
We have guys batting 179, and you pretty much guarantee when they're coming up that it's going to be an out. Never mind thinking they're going to hit a 3-run homer to tie the game. Like, what the fuck is that?
When Tristan Casas was healthy, he was a 41-20 guy.
Oh, I forgot.
Okay?
He was the king of hitting 3-run homers with his 150 average.
Yeah,
So I guess, we do that too, but it's like, it just makes me laugh that it's like a majority of the Red Sox lineup, when they come up, you're like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Like, you never even think to yourself, like, this guy's gonna hit a home run. Like, there's a chance this guy could just pop one over the wall. Like,
It's clutch.
it's gonna be like I was always saying to Matt about like Tristan Casas. It's like he'd come up to bat, and I'm like, nah, bet he rolls it over to second base. It's like that's how I feel about 2/3 of the team.
Yeah.
It's like here they come, double play time. It's like
here's strikeout. Say down Raphael is strikeout on 3 pitches. He's out.
And we struck out 14 times today.
Great.
Nice. And 10 of the outs were ground balls. Like, nice. Killed it today.
Yep. He's going off, man.
But all right, I think that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else Red Sox that feel like we missed? I mean, I kind of want to talk. I feel like we didn't say enough. Like, Bayo's been really good since he's been back.
Yeah, been solid.
Like, seeing him come off the IL, it's been refreshing to actually see him come back and pitching well. I know last time he walked 5 guys, but he didn't give up any runs.
Yeah, right.
And when you walk 5 guys and you get out of it after 5 2/3 without giving up a run, I call that like pretty successful day.
Not bad.
So it's like it's good to see him pitching well, and I think if he could become our 2. Like if he continues to pitch this way, like he's gonna be right behind Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
Like especially with Buehler down, like. Houck's been kind of turning it around recently.
Yeah, you can't get any worse than that Tampa Bay game.
No, can't. But like Bayo, these few games since he's come back has like been really solid.
One thing I've noticed most about him is that I think he's gonna put home run with the exception of his last start in every start. And normally Bayo, when he gave up a home run,
kind of get in his own head.
Yeah, get in his own head. Didn't happen the other 3 starts he gave up a home run in. So it seems like he's matured a little bit in that way. And I'll take 5-6 innings of work, 1 to 3 earned runs. If he's gonna walk 4 people, strike out 5, whatever the case may be, or whatever 4 and 4. But if you win the games and he's keeping you in them, I'm fine with that. Like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, and if you can get that,
and he's being mature, yeah, and he's not losing his mind over every little thing.
And if you can get that consistently, to have that right behind Crochet, you might be able to actually get into a groove, because that's your chance to kind of put a couple games together where you could maybe say, all right, let's turn this around. I know they're streaky as a team. They'll win 6 games and then lose 6. Like, it seems like that's how they've been all year, obviously being a 500 team. But it's like, I feel like if you get Crochet and Bayo back to back and they're both pitching well, you're going to, if those 2 guys are pitching in a series, you should take that series every time.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a 3-game series, you should be taking that series every single time.
Agreed. Yeah.
And that's how you should feel about your first 2 guys.
Yeah. And since Bayo, like you said, since Bayo's come back, I feel really good. If Buehler were to come back soon, I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's just so crazy to me.
He was on a roll too. He was doing really well. He was looking good number 2.
Made that turnaround. He started looking good, and then it's like the day before his start, they were like, he's supposed to start in Toronto, and they were like, yeah, he's got to go back to Boston to get evaluated on his shoulder. And I was like, we're going back to Boston tomorrow.
It's like when we were like when it rains, it pours. I think like he went down, and then they blew the 6-0 lead.
Yeah, and it was like within a 3-day period, it was like he went down. We blew that lead.
Casas,
Bayo came up.
Yep. Giolito came back.
And it was like we just got these 2 guys back to and and it's like he goes down.
Slayton
and
starts falling apart. Whitlock starts falling apart.
Yeah, and then you have like Richard Fitz was pitching good earlier in the year,
And
and he got injured.
And he just throws a
and it was
pitch, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done."
and then we haven't even mentioned it. This last start, after all of this happens, right? This last start, Garrett Crochet gets hit in the face.
Yep. Yeah.
Like takes one off his glove. Luckily, he got his glove up in front of it, but like bounces off his glove, hits him square in the nose afterwards. It gives him a nosebleed, and it's like, dude, when it rains, it pours for this team. Like,
it's fun time to be a Red Sox fan.
yeah, it's something.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Like,
a lot to talk about.
It's interesting also to watch as a fan who's paying attention this year.
Yeah.
Like, for the last few years, I've just kind of like, if I know they're on and I have, and I'm like, oh, I'll turn them on as background noise or something like that. But it's like this year I'm really watching them.
Yeah, we're invested.
And it's just like, it's so weird to watch them day in and day out because it's like, you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And then
the
there's
way, you said, the way Casas broke his leg. Tears his fucking all of his tendons, blows up his knee.
On a check swing.
Then Romy Gonzalez goes down by tripping on at first base.
Yep. Garrett Crochet gets a line drive
hit in the
Yeah,
face.
gets in the face.
Bueller's shoulder goes out.
Well, Romy Gonzalez, runs into first baseman.
Yeah, you have everything just goes wrong. It's like you can't catch a break. And watching it as a fan, it's like, how many other teams are like this?
Yeah, and then they win 2 out of 3 against Texas, which is cool. And then what happens after the second win? That's when the whole Raffy Devers stuff happened. Now you're just like, oh great, now everyone's
Drama
shitting on the
again.
team again. And it's just like, this team is so weird.
So weird.
And
so weird.
It's entertaining weird, in a way sometimes, but sometimes it's just frustrating weird.
And sometimes it's boring.
And sometimes it's very boring.
Boring.
You want me to tell that story?
Well, yeah, that's our views on the Red Sox right now. Raffy Devers, we're on your side.
Yeah. You're invited to the podcast.
Welcome. You could definitely come on the
You
podcast.
definitely- I would love
bring,
it.
Bring your translator.
We're honestly really cool. We're not going to give you shit about everything.
Oh man. But yeah, right before we came on, Matt was telling us his story about when he was a kid and he went to church.
Yeah, and this is not a lie. I swear to God, I'll have my brother come on here and he'll corroborate my story like I told that because they didn't believe me, and I swear I had to be no older than 5, 6, maybe 7. I don't know. Big Simpsons guy, so I don't know why. I don't know what. It's just a lull in the mass or whatever, and I just decided to bust out. Boring as loud as I could, and to this day, I'm not that bold. I wouldn't do something like that, but I was feeling
it that day.
feeling a little manic or something. I don't know, but yeah, it was a big hit. Everyone thought it was funny. My dad was dying. He was just like, "Don't do that again." But that was really funny. That was the vibe I got. I just remember him looking at me red face, but with a grin.
Oh my God.
He's embarrassed that I did that, but low-key,
At the same time, proud.
Low-key proud.
That
was good.
Awesome.
My son's funny.
Shit is boring. We used to go to the shorter mass in the morning. He was like, because he's like, I can't stand the fucking singing. And he's like, he used to go see this. There would be this one guy on the piano. And he would just be, my dad would be like, he's like, Mr. Mackey. Gay. Yeah, we used to go to church at 7:45. It sucked. So we go shopping after, or 7:15. It was ass.
Oh,
But he was like, get it out. He wanted to be out of there within an hour. He's like, it sucks.
I wonder why you were yelling boring.
Yeah, right.
Boring.
The same thing.
Boring, man. I don't make the rules. But yeah, true story. Look it up. You know where to look it up.
Gilbert headbutts a helmet.
Gillenberg headbutts helmet. I looked it up. That didn't exist.
No, it didn't. I was still genuinely confused about what I was supposed to look up that day. He didn't tell me anything at all.
He's like, you talk to somebody who headbutted a helmet. Like, what?
Why you look it up? On what? How do I look this up?
Gillenberg. Because that's his name, Gillenberg. We're waiting for you, Gillenberg. Come back.
We sent you friend request.
Yeah, be our friend. Remember that one time we played in 2011? And you were being weird, and we were dying. Gillenberg, dude. That dude.
He really told us that, though. We were at an Xbox party playing Call of Duty with this random guy, and he goes, I headbutted a helmet once. I put it on YouTube, and he goes, look it up.
And Rob goes, "What am I supposed to look up?" Gillenbert headbutts football helmet, and then I just chime in like I go on my phone like 40.
He's like, can't find it.
I was like, "Oh, it doesn't exist." I looked it up. Doesn't exist. I even looked up because nobody does that. You didn't do that.
Yeah, right.
You're full of shit, Gillenbert.
Look it
That
up,
dude
dude.
definitely had
We don't know if he was Gil or Bert.
mad chromosomes.
He was Gil or Bert. We're not sure.
You're
which.
He was Gilbert, and he was embarrassed to be Gilbert, so he was like, "I'm Gil and Bert. I got my brother,
brother.
twin brother Gil,
Gil.
and then
Or
I'm
Bert."
Bert."
Gil,
Like,
Gil,
are you
Bert.
Albert, Gilbert, Robert? What's the Bert? I don't understand.
Bert.
Just Bert.
Bert, dude.
Yeah.
First
Him-
name
him
Bert, last
RT.
name Ernie, baby. Like, all right, all right.
Bert Ernie.
Bert Ernie.
I'm Bert Ernie. Nice to meet you.
I don't know. Anything else we want to talk about? I don't know. You got any hot takes?
Hot takes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like there was something else we were supposed to talk about, but I can't remember.
wasn't it like we're gonna tell the story when we went to the Woo Sox game last.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's right.
oh yeah.
So let's go back in time.
Yep.
We'll go back. We went to a Woo Sox game in like 2023.
Yeah,
2022,
yeah, it was 2
something
years
like-
ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we went. It was a really nice time. We parked in the parking lot, and we were
Behind
behind
the stadium. Now,
behind the stadium.
now that's important
If you
to
ever go to
remember.
Worcester, we're-
Okay.
we're helping you.
There's a couple key points. We'll let you know when they're important ones you need to remember. So we go there to the game, and we're walking in, and I'm like, it looks weird. It kind of looks like they built a neighborhood, but nobody lives there. That's what it kind of looked like.
Yeah.
It was empty, but it was clean. It was fine. Like, whatever. Not that I could walk in the filth. Whatever. So, we go to the stadium. We sit in the sun, get blasted, whatever. It was a good time regardless. We had a good time. It was a doubleheader. So we watched, a full game. Then we watched
Willie
the
Bray
second,
had a home
Some
run.
of the second one.
some of the second one, and then we dipped.
That's all.
No,
And
Willie
then-
Abreu homered last year.
Oh, that was
2
last
years
year.
ago was the
Oh,
we
yeah.
watched.
Like David Hamilton hit like
Bobby Dahlback hit like a
forced one,
500
Bobby,
foot
Bobby
after we
Dahlback
left.
hit a home run. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
after we left, yeah.
Alfaro hit a walk off.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, can't wait to go back. Then fast forward to last year.
Oh yeah.
We go back, and now
Now let's
I
paint
don't-
this scene for you.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
paint a scene
yeah.
for you. We didn't park behind the stadium. We parked.
So we got off the highway in a different spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was.
Life
We
was
were in
different.
front of the stadium this
Yeah.
time, not the back.
We were like, we were more to the left.
Yeah,
Where we were.
This
Way
part
different.
this part of the stadium is a lot different.
it's the city. It's the city of the beautiful city of Worcester.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what you would expect when someone tells you what Worcester is. Now it's like the contrast between the back of the stadium and the front of the stadium is absolutely insane.
It's insane,
Like insane.
but it gets better. So we go to we finally find a parking garage, and it's very similar to the one we were in last time. Like, it's definitely the same design, the same building. So
This one had a different smell though.
But hold on.
Yeah, you're getting ahead
Hold
of
on.
yourself.
Hold
You're ahead of
on.
yourself.
That's an important part later.
Let's start with we should have known something was up.
When we saw
When-
the 708 homeless people.
No. I guess that was the first red flag.
Yeah, man.
The second one was when the woman in front of us tried to turn into the parking garage and she turned into the wrong spot.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
were sitting on the wrong side at first, and then you were like, this woman's an idiot. Like, she's on the wrong side. I'm just going to go to the right side and get into the garage. But it's like right then and there, we should have known what we were
Yeah.
getting ourselves
That's
into.
when the vibe changed.
Yeah, that was the start of where things started to get weird.
Yeah. So we park our car. We
We go up to like the fourth floor.
yeah, whatever. We
Kinda-
park our car. Just
kinda crucial.
get away. We got to go down the staircase.
Ah, the
Reception.
elevator's broken.
Yeah.
And now let me tell you, the elevator, like when you look at this elevator, the first words that came out of my mouth were, "I'm not taking that."
Yeah.
It looks like it would be
It,
broken.
it looks like it has never worked.
And thank God
They
it
made it
was broken. Because this thing was about 2.5 feet wide. When you looked at the door and you were like, "Oh man, this thing was built to go down in a mine." Like,
So we're walking down the stairs, and we see someone sitting on the staircase.
yeah, right by the bottom, like
Right
right
by
at
the
the bottom landing.
Yeah, he's sitting there. He says we're
God bless.
like, oh, it smells in here.
It smells like
It
piss.
smells like
Yeah, it
piss.
smells like
and we're
piss.
like, oh, all right. And we see the guy, and we're like, all right. But
God bless everyone.
he was like, but not only did he say God bless, it's almost like it was strained when he said, he's like, God bless you. And he was
bless.
like, all right, have a
Yeah.
good day. And we're just trying to be friendly.
They're like, have a good one, man.
Like, not that I have a problem with homeless people. The shit sucks. I get it. But, like, word, have a good day. We'll go about our
Yeah.
business. And
Yeah,
we'll,
so
and we'll,
we walked out and started heading towards the stadium, which is only a few streets over.
The city still smelled like pee.
it still smells, yeah.
still
So
smells
we
like
just figured it
weird
was
place.
just
Yeah,
Yeah, it
everywhere.
was just this Worcester.
We watched the game. Good game. Sat
Yeah,
on
Willie Abreu happened to be
2
there
home
for
runs.
his rehab stint. Hit 2 home runs. Hit the first one like 2 rows in front of us.
Yeah, that was
So
actually
that was
really
pretty
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good game. Nick Sogard played well. We actually we destroyed them that game.
Yeah, I think that they made a little run at the end. The other
Yeah,
team.
like when we left in like the 8th inning or
Yeah,
something. They
they
scored
were
a
up at,
couple
like,
runs
yeah.
in the 9th, but we were up like 9 runs at that point
Yeah.
already, so it didn't
I
matter.
remember Jamie Westbrook hit a home run. I was like, all right, well, they won this game.
Yeah, exactly. So then, we have a good time at the stadium, killed a few hours, and then we said, all right, it's time to walk back. So, we head out of the side of the stadium, and we start walking back to the parking garage, and we get to the parking garage, and on the bottom floor, there's where we walked in to come out of the stairs, there's a machine there, so you can pay for your ticket to get out of the parking garage. So we all stopped down there, and Matt was like, I'm gonna pay for the ticket here. So we're all joking around and stuff, and we're like, God damn, it really smells like piss. And it was a warm night, so it was like hot piss.
Yeah,
And it was like, this is disgusting.
It's like
so,
you were in like a porta potty, like on a 95-degree day.
so then Lopes goes, oh man, it smells like piss. You know what? Let me liven it up a little bit. And he lifts his leg up and he rips this meanest fart. And after like a few seconds, it just starts to stink. And he's like, damn, I didn't think it would smell like that. And by that point, Matt was already done paying. So we made the corner from that room into the stairwell where we came down. And when we turned that corner, Matt, what did you see?
A human shit. A human shit. And I know human shit. I see it all the time at work, all right? I've seen it on the floor. I know what it looks like. That was a
That
human
was a
shit.
human poop.
And that was almost identical to what he said to us. I will never forget. He looked right at it and he went, oh man, that's a human shit. I know human shit when I see it, and that's human shit.
It's not
I
a
will
dog.
never forget it.
It's not a critter. It's not a creature. It's a human. And it was that man
Yep,
who was
it was
he was pinching a loaf
was
while
on
we
the
were
same
walking
step.
by.
We were watching
Exact
him make.
step.
We were watching him make. As we,
Yeah,
when you said
dude.
God bless, he was.
And you know what? He's eating well.
Yeah.
That was a
hefty. That was a
healthy
So
healthy
much shit.
That was
a
healthy
lot of
shit.
shit.
Yeah,
Like-
good for him, man. It stunk up the whole entire staircase, dude.
The fact that we were in the other room and Lopes was like,
Oh, it's-
oh, it stinks. Like, my
I
fart
thought
really
I
smelled
thought I
that
ripped
bad.
a legendary fart for a second.
Like,
no, not like. Oh, that's another good story.
and then it was so terrible that our buddy Tyler was like gagging.
Oh, yeah,
And we
it
were
was
all like,
rough.
it was rough, but like, we were all laughing so hard that like you didn't have time to gag because you were just laughing so hard because you couldn't believe what you had just witnessed.
And the words that I said.
So then
Those were a choice.
we hop,
Human shit.
we finally get back up to the 4th floor and we hop in the car. We get down to the bottom floor and he goes to put the ticket in the machine to leave the building, and there's this family. It's like 2 young girls, a mom and a dad, and
Like,
they
oh,
go
no.
they go walking into the room right before the stairwell where the shit is.
Paying the ticket. They're paying for the ticket.
I look at Matt and I go, should we tell them?
And I looked at him. I said, "We had a suffered soda day."
And then we left Worcester.
We remembered because we're thinking about going back.
Moral of the story, we're going back.
Go back
We're going
to Worcester.
back. It's a nice stadium.
Yeah, right.
It is.
I really know how it
Fine,
goes.
Get a Poco, get a Pola Cola. Delicious. But not to be like a poop and fart podcast, but speaking of legendary farts, I have one story, and I know that's like not like a great thing to be like but man, so we're at our friend Jake's wife's house, well, her parents' house, and we had like you guys went. He had the party every
Summer
every
party.
year, summer party for like a few years, and Jake would for some reason always invite a resident nerd. Who knows?
Oh,
Maybe it's Ryan Burniston, or maybe it's Zach King.
Maybe it's Zach King.
It is Zach King for this story. And I know other people have other stories about Zach King at the party, but my story's better. He's not just so he comes in. So we're in the room. So it's me, Lopes, Zach, and Adam, right? It's just us four.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out in the room, and you were trying to sleep. It was supposed to be me and you on the bed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were like, I don't have any pillows down here. I think there's only one pillow on the bed, or we
Yeah.
gave them to people on the floor. And I was like, I know where there's a pillow. I've stayed here a million times. I always sleep in the attic for some reason because it's like a carpeted little like alcove, and I like sleeping like with nobody near me. So I was like, I'll go get you a pillow. But before I see, who do I see? You know, Linus.
King.
No, it's like Linus from
Yeah.
He was walking with a blanket. You know, he's just walking in like lost, like a lost
pillow in
soul.
one hand,
Yeah.
blanket dragging on the floor.
And
in
I
the
looked
other.
at him, you know, and I don't know.
A nice guy.
I in my life I am known as a pretty nice guy, and I may not seem so on here, but I am. Like, and I was like, hey, you know, like we're not really close, but like, hey, you need a room to sleep in? You can stay in here with us. He goes, yeah. All right, cool. I'll be right back. I go get a pillow for my friend. So I go upstairs and go get the pillow. Now I don't know what happened in that room, but
Mystery.
I'm gonna. So he was there.
Yeah.
Ryan was there.
You
He
were
was
there.
I was
He
there.
was there.
I was
So-
not in that room.
So I went up. And now look at me. I let a person in the room. I'm going to get a pillow for my friend.
Good
I'm
karma.
Just doing good. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to be
Being a
accommodating for
good guy.
homies. You know,
Right, like you said, he's
really
not
good
good friends with this guy, but
He's
you know
not-
we're all at the party together. You don't want him
I'm
to
a good
be
guy.
alone. So, you know,
Yeah.
be a nice guy. Let him in.
So I
Yeah.
come back in, and what do I see other than this fucking guy laying in the bed? He's
Just
laying in the
thought-
bed.
Just figured, no one's in it when I came in the room. There's these guys are just laying on the floor because that's where they want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Matt doesn't want to sleep on the bed. He didn't get up the bed to go.
No,
grab
No,
the
Matt was
pillow.
sleeping on the floor. They were worshiping the bed from the floor
Yeah.
with nobody on
Yeah,
it.
I was
We were
just sitting
praying.
down
We were
just
praying.
chilling.
We were praying. So I come
Bed.
back and I go, huh? He's on the bed. What is? And I'm like, and now a few things about me is I'm petty. I'm a very petty person, and I was under the influence of substances, so I was extra bold. So I don't know how he ended up in the bed. I don't know why no one's just said, "Hey, Zach King,
That's
you
the crazy
fucking
thing.
nerd,
All right, so-
get out of the bed."
From my perspective, from what I remember, he was asleep rather quickly, right? Like when he got back, was he sleeping? Or, like,
Me?
No.
He got back.
yeah.
Oh, he was like already. He like what?
Yeah.
Laid on the bed, and knocked out.
All right. So
you
what,
had to have. I
here's
was
what
off for
happened.
like 3 seconds.
Wait, when you went to go get the pillow, I was like chilling on the floor, and I was like on my phone. I didn't even see Zach get in the bed. So then, like when you came back in, like I saw you walk in, and I was like, and we both looked at Zach like, huh? And I'm like, he's fucking sleep. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm sleeping on the fucking floor now. And I think you like tried to offer me the bed. I was like, no, you sleep
Because
in
I
the
was
bed.
like, I'd slept on the floor like a million times. I was like, the first,
Yeah.
like, I'd slept there, like, you know, I was like, let me get the bed, please. Like, so,
Yeah, I was like, yeah, go ahead.
all right. So I'm looking at it. Now, like, my thought process was going pretty, like, I was looking at this and I was like, all right, he's in the fucking bed. Is this, now, does he think he's, like, smarter than me? Like, he just outsmarted me or something? Or, like, cause, you know, like, I'm not an idiot and I don't like to feel like I'm being outsmarted by a person who probably is smarter than me, but that's okay. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm getting in bed with him. That'll fucking show him. He thinks he's being. Watch this. I'm gonna get in the bed with him, and I don't know. Probably laying in the bed with him for like. Now he's on the corner of the bed. Like he has nothing. He has nothing. Loves is laughing just thinking about it because he remembers it. And like I don't love the way my body functions, but one day in life it just goes well, and I turn to the side and I blast this dude with a fart, like at least 2 seconds worth. It was loud and it was stinky, and I farted all over him. Like I didn't get up. I like, you know, it wasn't like I didn't like get up and fart in his face, but like I just
Turned his way and
turned and
ripped.
just let it fucking go. And you know what? I haven't talked to him since that day. I haven't seen him since. I think I exterminated that man. In one way. So the moral of the story is, if I'm being nice, don't get in the bed with me, you fuck. That's weird. It was weird. It was such a weird thing. But yeah,
It's just like, now I wasn't in the room.
no.
And like when you told me the story afterwards, the first thing that came into my mind was like, what possessed this man in his mind to think, oh,
Just give me the
Zach's on the floor,
Adam's
Lopes is on the floor, and Adam's on the floor. The bed's just wide open.
It's for me.
Like that's when he told me the story. I was like, what made him think that nobody was sleeping in the bed?
Give me the bed,
Like,
and you're giving me the actual bed. Wow, what a
like,
good dude.
his thought process was he walked in,
He
saw
grabbed
all
me
you
a
guys
pillow?
laying on the floor, saw nobody in the bed, and was just like,
guess.
These guys are great. They invited me in and gave me the bed, and in reality, Matt was like, "Hey, come on in here. I'm gonna go get some pillows. I'll be right back." And he was like, "You do that."
Yeah, right. Perfect.
Free bed.
If he comes back and I'm already asleep,
What is he gonna do?
he's not gonna want to jump in the bed
he's
with
not gonna
me.
Wake me up.
I'm not. You're right. We're going to sleep together. I feel like when I woke up, he was gone.
I think he was gone. I was gone. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't handle the floor more. I went upstairs into that little nook.
It's good, right?
It was actually
good.
nice.
Yeah,
It was
not
very
bad.
relaxing, except for when the sun came out.
Yeah. You got
Just,
you
like,
got
blasted. Like,
a limited amount of time.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's a story of a legendary fart.
Yeah.
Just be a man on a man's podcast. Talk about farts and human shit.
That's what we do.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless.
He really was straining. I was like,
Welcome to Worcester. Go Sox. Woohoo.
Like,
oh.
such a wild experience.
Dude, that was. I cannot wait for this year.
I hope it's not like that. I don't
Yeah.
want to see any more shit.
No, yeah, I just want to have a good time, but
All I know
We're
is
gonna talk
when we go to the game this year, we're going to give all of our podcast fans an experience because we're definitely filming it.
yeah, for sure.
Like, we are going to vlog it and put it on our
I'll
YouTube
get
channel for
X-ray
everyone.
specs or whatever. Put on my glasses.
You're gonna look
Well,
really.
You have your camera, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I can. It's only got like. I don't think it'll record that long. I don't know. I have to look it up because
I mean, if not, we can. Our phones have good enough cameras nowadays that you
yeah.
could use that easily.
Yeah. So, no worries. We're gonna have a good vlog. It's gonna be a fun day.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Win or
fun.
lose, that's gonna be a fun day.
And maybe you guys will get to experience something along the lines.
If there's
of what we
human
did
poop,
last time,
if there's human poop on a step,
you'll see it.
we're gonna record that.
You'll see it.
You're gonna
You'll
get
see a
every.
blur of
You're
it.
gonna see it. You're gonna get a good sight of Worcester.
And we'll even show you guys the contrast of the front of the stadium to the rear of the
Give you a
stadium.
full ass tour of this full ass city.
It's
well,
funny because
that
when
area.
you're in the stadium, you would never expect what the front of it looks
It's
like
a
because
nice stadium.
yeah, and it's a nice stadium, and then the back side where it's the nicer part, that is the part that's all open.
Yeah, it's like a mini
So-
yacht, like what do they call Yawkey Way now? It's like the mini Yawkey Way. I don't know what they call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, basically like
Yeah.
it's
I
yeah.
don't know what they call. What they rebranded to South Street or something like that. Something I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure what it is now.
Yeah, because Yawkey was a racist.
Yeah, so there, it looks nice over there.
Yeah.
And then you go like where we came in at the front. It's just like you would never expect it looks that way if you came in from the backside.
Yeah, dude, if
Like,
you
you would never expect that's what
Keep
the
going
front side
straight and
looks like.
take a right. Things are very different.
Mm-hmm.
Worcester becomes a different city.
Wild times.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we can't wait to do that this year.
Yeah. Hopefully soon we'll be giving that to you guys.
Yeah. But anything else you guys want to
No, I
talk
think.
about?
No, I think that pretty much covered everything.
yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, it looks like the camera can only record for like 12 minutes at a time. It's
Oh.
the phone is better than that.
All right.
An iPhone would be better. We
Blue
could all
Sox
just record
Squad.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just take
Stitch
turns
together,
and
yeah.
just stitch it
Yeah.
all together.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Alright,
that'd be easy.
Can't wait for that time. We're gonna announce it before.
Even like a
Oh, yeah.
newer
We'll
one.
let
that's
you
like
guys
a-
know,
like a
'cause-
29-minute record. Yeah. Not to sorry, we're just talking about other stuff.
But yeah, I mean there'll be at least another podcast or two before we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe our next one, if the Red Sox continue to be
ass.
ass,
But-
we'll just chat about human shits or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. We can
Yeah.
have poops.
Stuff-
we get
stuff that
great
gets-
fart
Gets
stories.
asses in the seats, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. We can.
Listen.
That's the
We
ass.
need more of those.
We love
Yeah.
that. They love
that.
that.
Yeah.
We love that.
Shout out to James on YouTube who commented.
Yeah,
and then-
fucking
Oh,
Jimbo.
Yeah, and Jimbo, I don't know if it was you or if it was whoever, but the comment was taken away. And
Fuck you,
if that was you, James,
Fuck
you, uninvited.
Uninvited. You could have
Uninvited.
came on the podcast.
Yeah, you were invited and now not.
He's gonna listen to this and be like, I don't know what happened to my comment. I'm sorry.
No, we're just kidding.
we
If
were
that
just
if
kidding.
you didn't
If
delete
that's
your
what
comment,
happened, but if it
thank
didn't
you.
happen that way, what the? You're
Thank you for your
uninvited.
support.
Jim.
Our
Thank you.
fans love it.
Yep. I can go for
I looked at it. I almost commented, "Thanks, Jimbo." But if you don't go by Jimbo, that probably would have pissed you off.
it. Yeah, probably. So we're just gonna say James.
So I'm gonna call you Jimbo because you deleted it.
Yeah, James. Yeah, Jimbo.
Stop recording.
And the end, and it sort of just goes on and on until it just sort of ends. Yeah.
Dead air. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
Yeah,
guys. Yeah, we're wrapping this up here, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Yep. God bless.
God bless.
God bless. God bless, guys.
I made a newspaper.